we're going to say that this is my drug. Okay, it's sugar. But we'll say in this example this is heroin. So I want to, for whatever reason, I want to inject my sugar heroin. Oh, uh-oh. You can edit that out. I want to inject that into my arm. So, a fairly typical way to do that is I need to get the drug out. Oops. Put a little bit in my cooker. The reason that I do that is I need some place to, so I can't just inject that into my arm, right? Because it's a powder. So, okay, how do I get this powder into my arm? Well, I need a way to break it down. Water. Okay. Still not good enough because it's still pretty gritty. It's not going to break down pretty easy. So let me stir it up a little bit. And everyone's use of heroin is going to be a little bit different than this. How they do this is going to be a little bit different. But okay, I got it mixed up pretty well. Looks pretty clear there. But let's say that the heroin that I got has maybe gone through a couple dealers. A couple different dealers have changed hands on it, and often they will cut it with something else, all kinds of different substances. And so when I mix this up, it might not look very clear. It might not look very clean. And I'm not sure what else is in here. And I'll be able to even see, like, some of this stuff isn't even really breaking down. So I might need to heat it up. Pretend I have a lighter. So that's why we call it a cooker, that it's going to get heated up. And that's going to help boil it to get some of it, to separate the stuff that I want from the stuff that I don't want. In this example, this water's pretty clear, but let's just say I have to heat it up for a little bit, get it boiling, just to separate some of that. Now that it's separated, but they're both still in the same cooker. So I want to be able to get what I want out of there and keep what I don't want out of my needle. So I'll use a little tiny cotton filter there. It's really small, it's really tightly wound. So I drop that, if I can, into my water. So you can kind of see it kind of in there a little bit. And same way of like a filter on a cigarette, we want to we want to get what we want out of there, but we want the bad stuff to stay in the cooker. So the filter kind of works in that same way. I also don't want whatever's in there to mess up my needle, because if it messes up my needle, I won't be able to get to use this one, because it'll the bad stuff will get stuck in the middle, and then whatever's left in there I can't use, can't get it out. So I don't want to ruin the shot, because this costs me money. I need to find a good vein. I gave blood a couple days ago, so you can see I've probably got a good vein there. So I'll take some alcohol pad, because I don't know how much bacteria is on here. Scrub that off pretty well. Let that dry a little bit. I might put a tourniquet or something on my arm to help pump that vein up. I might need to see where it is, test out where it is a little bit. I can see one down there. See that little down there starting to show up. This guy here that's potential. Might use him a different day. But I want to, at least pump this up big enough that I can see it and that I can find it easier. Because again, we're talking about money. This cost me $10, and I'm going to get 1 or 2 shots out of it, maybe if I'm lucky, which is going to last me, depending on my usage, might last me half a day. So in order for me to feel my version of normal, I need to use $10 twice a day, or $20 twice a day. It just depends on my usage. So I need to make sure that this lasts. I need to make sure that this amount lasts, and this shot that I'm about to give me lasts a long time. And if I don't, I lose money, and that sucks, right? So I've got a good vein. This is not the normal size needle. I just grabbed this one for show. Normal size needles, they're a little hard to see, but they're like much smaller than so this is what they will actually use. I just grabbed this because it's a nice big example for the camera. So I'm going to adjust the barrel to how much that I want. I usually use about this much heroin. Again, large example, not the real thing. I'm going to put the tip down on that filter. Can you see it? So kind of like a filter on a cigarette, and then I'm going to draw it up, hopefully. Scoot over a little bit. All right, so you can see filter's kind of stuck there. I just whoop, tap that off. So I've got some sugar water in my syringe. I'm going to get all that air out of it because we know air is bad inside a vein. Well, hopefully we know that, or hopefully our clients know that. Okay, I've got a vein hopefully prepped and ready to go now. My tourniquet's probably on there. It's got that vein pumped up a little bit. I'll double check it again. My alcohol pad or the alcohol that I've rubbed on there is dried. Hopefully I don't touch it again because who knows what kind of bacteria is on my fingers. I'm going to look for that top bevel of the needle. I'm not actually going to shoot myself, but I could. It's just sugar water. It's actually pretty safe, and my arm is clean right now, but I'm not going to. But I would find a vein. I would know that I found a vein because I would see blood rush up inside this clear liquid of the barrel here. So I would know that I have a vein. Then I would plunge it a little bit, see how I feel, see if it feels really strong. If it feels really strong, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to save some money. And I'll use the rest of it later. Feels like it's not very strong, I'll probably finish it. I'll take my tourniquet off. The heroin's going to go to my brain, and I'm going to feel, for persons that are actively injecting, I'm going to feel normal again. That's it.